back everyone. Right, we're going to carry on with the exhausts. So I'm pretty much just going to see if I can, well, see how well they'll clean up, if at all. That's the first thing, and that's going to kind of dictate which way I'll go in terms of colour. I know we've talked like on the comments and whatnot, you know, maybe black exhausts and keep the heat shields sort of chrome, you know, a bit, or vice versa. So we'll see. I'm still a little bit undecided yet as how I want to go. I don't mind the heat shields that much. Part of me is wondering if I could do a slightly different heat shield, leave maybe more of the back area open, maybe make a sort of custom one there, could wrap it, but I need to get rid of this bracket here because that is completely surplus to requirement. So that's the first job. See what a mess I make of that, and we'll go from there. So I'm just going to take it all apart and crack on. Right, so there we go, the separate components of the exhaust system. So I took the baffles out as well. They're quite interesting. It looks like some thought's been given to the baffling system in there, and the so they're the two removable baffles, and then I think you can't see it on this side. There's obviously as well something to assist with back pressure, I guess, if you're running without the baffles. But I think, yeah, as I said, I'm gonna, these little captive nuts that are just tack welded on, I am gonna leave those on for now. I do like the heat shields. They kind of, I think they need to be maybe brushed rather than shiny. I just got not into my shiny stuff. Got on the back there, oh, it's the other way round. Obviously that is the bracket that we'll remove next, the next job. I've got the two sort of, let me just see where they've welded a bolt on there that holds those two together. Must be with that bracket there. Whether or not I use this bracket, I'm not sure. There's obviously, I've got some ideas of how I'm going to mount it to the hardtail frame, but I'm going to work those out. That'll probably be next video. So yeah, just got the right things. Nice spacer. I think that looks like that goes where the top shock bolt would have gone. So if you've got the shock where my little finger is, and that spacer, and then the mounting bracket there for it, but won't be using that. But nice spacer anyway for the parts. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on with, let's get rid of this bracket, because that is definitely got to go. Keep on going on about it. Let's make some noise, get rid of that, and then we'll have a go at cleaning them up. I think the plan is just to chop the bracket off here, get rid of the bulk of it. Got a couple of little welds there which I'm going to carefully try and grind down, and get rid of the bracket on here without causing too much damage to the pipe here. As I say, got a plan B if it goes, you know, if it doesn't, I mean mainly if I can't get the wrap cleaned up, and I don't want a shiny finish, maybe a brushed, but if it's not turning out too great, then the whole exhaust is going to go black anyway. So yeah, we're just gonna have to see how it goes really. But as you can see, I'm starting to go in now. I've used the grinder to take off most of the meat. I'm using the little Dremel, little grinding disc on there as well. So there's one, and I've just managed to start bending that up out of the way. So I've got a little bit more weld here to get rid of, and hopefully a lot of this I'll be able to just, the plan is try and bend up as much as this out of the way, and then just have the little kind of lines of weld that I need to clean up. So got a little pile of cut off bits and a fairly non-invasive removal of the bracket. So I've got obviously just these little welds, tiny little ones, just to, now all that's out of the way, just to try and grind them down a little bit just before we hit the surface of the exhaust itself, and then it'll be like, probably just try and sand it and polish it to get them invisible. Just wondering whether to go with the removing that one. I might do. I kind of just fancy being a bit debadged. Okay, we're almost there now, so I've started doing a bit of just fine sanding now. I've got just a few little marks that I want to try and get rid of, but it's almost there. Yeah, and it's turned out quite nice, but I just do want to get that completely uniform. Don't know how well it picks up on here, but there's definitely a few blemishes still yet. Okay, so there we go. That's the pipe. Well, I did some hand sanding and a bit of flap disc on there just to get rid of the welds. At the moment, it's not totally finished. I've just gone over it all now, just with like one of the Scotch-Brite on a angle grind pad, just to kind of get it uniform and just to see how well that would take off the kind of the wrap. In fact, if I go and get the other pipe and we can have a side-by-side comparison. Also, whilst I've been doing this, I covered the pipes in cleaned them up with some oven cleaner, which does get them up very shiny, but where the wrap's burnt in, it won't remove that. So it is literally just going to be how much I can Scotch-Brite it, and then I'll probably get a few pads on it and just go round, get all the grain uniform. But yeah, let's get the other one just to see how they're coming together. So there you go, you can see the kind of difference we come up with. So I mean, these are they're sparkly clean now, but as you can see, I mean, it's a shame, it's almost criminal. I personally love it when the pipe's blue, when you get this kind of, I mean, it's not as nice as it is when it's out in the sunlight, but you know, to me that's just beautiful. I love that. Unfortunately, it's kind of marred slightly by where the wrap has been on there, so I'm gonna have to get them down to this kind of brushed finish, and then allow nature to take its course with some heat cycling to let the natural bluing happen again. But in terms of cleaning that up where the bracket was, I'm totally happy with that. That's disappeared now, so that's good to go. I am liking the stainless finish. I almost feel like it would be a shame to do. I think I'm going to leave these brushed, because there's a lot of black on the bike and I don't really want them to disappear. I think they're quite an attractive pipe. So anyway, let's get this one in the same way. So I'm just going to go over all the pipes with the disc and then finish the grain by hand. Well, I personally think that's a pretty nice finish. yep, I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, a little bit of angle grinder action, some elbow grease as well, but that's the pipes kind of cleaned up. And I thought, yeah, the feeling I'm getting is I'm going to just leave them this kind of nice raw brushed finish. I'm going to brush the heat shields now and just have a look at them and see how they are, because I definitely don't want them shiny. And then maybe they'll go black, maybe I'll make some completely different ones. I'm not too sure yet, but this was kind of like the main bit I wanted to get done, was delug it. I did end up taking off the Maz badge. No offence to Maz, but I just want to have this a bit more debadged. And there we go. So back on the bike, and I'm pretty certain that I like the brushed finish. There's going to be a lot of, obviously the frame's going to be black. There's a lot of black in there, so I don't really want those black. So yeah, they're staying brushed. And yeah, I'm really pleased with how they've come out. Now in terms of the heat shield, I'm still in two minds. I don't think I want to do them contrasting colours now, because I don't think enough of the brushed will come through to break it up. I think I'd either leave it with those, because I'm just conscious of all the other black that's going to be on the bike, unless of course I go for a bare aluminium rear muddy. Not sure. But in terms of when you're riding, these pretty much cover where your leg might touch the exhausts. This bit here probably for if you've got it on a scrambler or a Bonnie for your pillion. I'll show you. I'm going to take these ones off because I do like just the clean bare look of the pipe there, so I'll just take those off and show you that. Okay, so if we see that, see I really like having this kind of clean fuss-free exhaust look here, just these kind of, you know, just straight tubes. I really like that. I think that is possibly what I prefer. Now in terms of, obviously I'd have to delug those two. I'm thinking I might fab up my own heat shield, leave these two here, so it's going to come from the same point there but round to about there-ish. So it's just going to be that leg section, which hopefully should cover any, because obviously when I'm riding that's one thing, but when you put your leg down for stopping and whatnot, don't really want to rest my thighs on there. Again, it's kind of hard to work out until I've fabbed up the bracket that's going to hold those in and worked out where the seat is. It's kind of difficult to guess where it's going to be. So this is probably where I'm going to leave it for the time being. I've got some bits on order which I'm going to attempt to fasten the exhaust to the frame this end. So once I've kind of got that, I can tighten it all up, and that's going to hold it, because at the moment we're just kind of loose and floating. So that's going to bring that in a tiny bit more. Then I might play with a heat guard, and then I really need to start getting the seat worked out to find out where exactly I'm going to be sitting here. Because I don't mind it just like that. I do like these clean pipes though. I think that just looks way nicer. So yeah, so there's still a little bit of, I don't want to start chopping these off until I know I'm definitely not going to use them. So I'm going to have to, yeah, fab the bracket up, get that sorted out on there. I can probably have a play around in the next video with some heat shield fun. But that's about as far as I can take it now. So I'm going to wrap the video up with that. And yeah, I'm pretty damn happy with the way those turned out. So thanks for watching. Take it easy. See you next time.